My name Mehret
Abraham.
Abraham from Eritrea.
My name Habtagabur Tasfasin. I come to Canada to August 2016. I am from Eritrea.
Miheret and Habti Gaber are students in our English language program. They're a very social, warm couple in spite of all the challenges they've experienced. When they come into class, both of them greet every person by name, shake hands, or hug them. When the Eritrean couple came to register in our program, Miheret, 59, was not able to communicate in English at all. Habtigaber, 65, was able to answer basic questions related to his personal experience. He was also on crutches. We learned that Habtigaber lost his right leg in a bombing raid in Eritrea. They then fled from Eritrea to Sudan, lived there for 16 years, and came to Canada as refugees. They now live in Winnipeg with their youngest daughter, Silamawet. Their other children are scattered throughout the world.
It was such a pleasure working with Habtigaber and Meheret. When I first got to know them, I noticed how they supported each other in our English classes. They both took care of one another and in such kind and gentle ways. And then as they became more comfortable in class, they began to reach out to others. And by the end of the first year, they would make a point of greeting every single other person in the class, both at the beginning and end of class. They really became social leaders in our little class community. They're such kind and appreciative people. And then once I learned their story, I was just so surprised to hear of all the hardships that they had been through, and amazed at how they remain so constantly optimistic and cheerful. They have lived through some very difficult times, and yet they are some of the most positive and hopeful people I have ever met. They've taught me a lot about adversity and strength and hope.
There are many Mirets and Habtigabers in our program.
Hello, my name is Mary. I'm from Burma.
Hello, my name is Nomu. I am from Burma.
My name is Randa
From
from Syria.
My name is Pema Fambule. I am from Liberia.
I like Canada everyday school. I like school.
They are grateful for the opportunity to learn English and spend time with their peers. They help each other, laugh together, and have a strong bond. All members of the group are accepted and everyone's achievements are celebrated.
As a settlement worker who works with older immigrants, I have come to greatly admire our program participants who arrived in Canada as refugees. Through no fault of their own, their lives have been uprooted, and in many cases, their family members have been scattered throughout the world. Once they get settled in one place and ready to start over again, they have many challenges they have to cope with. These include language barriers and cultural barriers, social isolation, and loss of independence. And on top of that, there is trauma of every description. Once they come to realize that there are supports for senior immigrants, our participants eagerly enroll in our English classes and conversation circles. Even those who couldn't attend school in their country of origin, their resilience and hope for the better future are not only inspiring to their families, but to many Canadians as well.
Working with the group of senior refugees was a very positive experience for me. It was a really special time. The group as a whole were very kind to one another, and even though they had come from a variety of different backgrounds and countries, spoke a variety of languages, they were very supportive of one another in learning English. They would very willingly go into small groups or partner with other people to help support them. And I noticed that even the people in the group whose English wasn't as strong were very willing to help those who were just at the very beginning stages of English. It was really quite a beautiful thing. No one in the group had strong enough English to be able to tell their story, which I think must be hard for them. They could say that they were teachers or farmers, or that they had grown vegetables or driven a truck, but they couldn't really talk about the circumstances that brought them to Canada or about their journey to Canada, and I think that must be very difficult. They have so much lived experience and the limited ability to be able to share that with the other people they're meeting now in their new home. Yet, the people were so positive. They came to class regularly. They were eager to learn English. They were willing to try any activity I presented. They really showed a lot of hope and a lot of strength. They were really a happy and supportive group, and it was just a pleasure to get to know them and to work with them.
According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, today, older refugees make up some 8.5% of the overall population of concern to UNHCR. And by 2050, more of the world will be over 60 than under 12. They can be particularly vulnerable during conflict or natural disasters when a lack of mobility, weakened vision, and chronic illnesses can make access to support difficult. We urge you to help ensure that older adult refugees age well and live their latter years in dignity and security.